and welcome to Women Changing Our World.
Good morning.
I am Kelly.
I'm Jamie.
Today we have a hysterical show.
Today we have the best show ever.
Yes. Ellyn Marsh is going to be the funniest.
Ellyn Marsh is here.
And my nose is running. Ugh.
Ellyn Marsh is here. She's going to tell you the story about how I've been stalking her on Instagram and don't let her live her life. Yeah.
I know.
I'm pretty excited about it. I thought I lost her. We hadn't heard from her in 13 minutes, and I was like, Ellyn, should I send someone?
Out. You're the freaker-outer. Okay, but I was listening to Ellyn's podcast while I was in the shower this morning.
Yes.
Her and her best friend do this podcast.
Yes.
It's hysterical. I loved it. And so it gave me some good ideas for us for a second podcast.
Because people want more of us.
People want more of us.
More of us.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I was thinking when Judah counts us down, like when we're about to go live, right?
Yeah.
He goes like 3, 2,
Yes.
1. It makes me feel so professional. I'm like,
All right.
like we're really doing something.
Right. When we see the 3, 2, 1, we're like, there's a producer here.
Right.
Could you imagine if it was us? If this was us just doing it, Kelly and I would like be sharing the same phone and the screen would be cracked and we'd be like, we're coming to you live. That's what the podcast would look like.
That's what our new podcast is going to be.
Yeah. The cracked
I think
screen.
we're going to do, so Jamie and I were discussing this. So we're obsessed with true crime documentaries.
Yes.
Jamie gets scared over watching.
Terrified.
Like the simplest thing. Right?
Yeah.
I don't really get scared at all. So the back and forth, I think, is going to be hysterical.
So this is how terrified I am of true crime. So first of all, Ellyn Marsh is an amazing Broadway star. So she's been in Kinky Boots. She's been in Pretty Woman. She's an amazing actress. She is gorgeous. She's an incredible singer. And she started a podcast with her best friend, Patrick. It's called Obsessed with Disappeared. They follow all the different shows from ID. So Disappeared, that's what the show is called. And they follow it and they give you their take on it in a hilarious form.
It's hysterical. So Jamie and I watched Dateline.
Right. My point was that I get so scared and so nervous that when I will walk through a Walmart and I go to get light bulbs and I'm in the aisles with zip ties, I'm like, this is the murder aisle. Like, that's the first thing I think is this is the murder aisle. How many murderers have walked through Walmart and taken these
They're not
zip
at
ties?
Walmart. They're at Lowe's.
Do you
because
think?
Lowe's has like the duct tape and the rope and the zip, and the shovel and all the things.
Because I think a murderer would be shopping for a bargain. Like, I feel like Lowe's is a little expensive. Like,
you're thinking that they go into Walmart at like the creepy time, like at 3 o'clock in the morning?
yeah, and they're like,
they buy like orange juice.
Yeah, and it's like, what is that? The rollback prices? They probably get like the rollback on like duct tape, on like stuff like that. That's what I would think. But I call it the murder
Let's get
aisle.
her on.
I don't know. Let's call
I'm ready. Are you ready? Oh, but I think we should do this podcast. I think we should call it Drinks and Dateline. Because the people that are on Dateline are the craziest. And the interviews, when they interview like the family members, it's like, what
There she is.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Look at you with your step and repeat. So cute.
When we got off from our Skype test, I did talk to Jamie about crossing over the line with the stalking. So,
Ellyn, I bought a new outfit for you. Hold on. I'm going to stand up and show you.
She bought a whole new outfit.
This is my Broadway. I'm going to take out so you can see it.
It's
Look at
ridiculous.
this outfit I brought for you. It has a full tail. Floor.
Wait, is it a mullet dress?
Yes, it is a mullet dress.
So is it short?
To the floor. Can you move out?
Okay.
You can see. It's a huge skirt to the floor because this is my Broadway outfit. And I want to let you know that I got this on Amazon for $12.99 in preparation for this interview.
And she even brought her little Annie wig, and I refused to let her wear it.
That's all I care about today. Also, that's lovingly referred to as a mullet dress.
Yes. I love that.
Did you know that? So, and I was the mullet in Kinky Boots. So I feel like you did that on purpose for me.
She did do it on purpose.
I did. I
she's
bought a
obsessed
special
and stalking
outfit for you. Usually I'm in my sweats and my sweatshirt.
That's true.
Well, I'm in Kim Kardashian's best. You know this.
We were talking.
Yes. Oh, hey, before we get started, though, we have a lot of viewers from all over the United States. You're very popular.
Everyone's
For people who are watching who don't know who you are, I don't know who that would be, but tell us who you are, what you do, and why you are so awesome.
Wait, are we recording?
Yes, we're live.
Wait, we're live?
Yes.
Wait, should I put this on my story that we're live?
Yes.
I mean, you can go back and do it after, whatever you want.
No, do it now. People
do it now.
People type in crazy comments.
Carpe diem.
So so we want them live?
Yeah, we're live.
Go for it.
You can go live.
All right. What's the thing? What do they tune into?
Women Changing Our World on Facebook.
Hey guys, I'm at Women Changing Our World.
Our, like O-U-R.
On Facebook right now. Come find us. We're doing a live interview. I had no idea this is live. I'm in a bathrobe. Totally fine. Everything's good. Women changing our world. If you want, I'm not the boss of you. That's fine.
Ellyn, we love it. People are texting all over the place.
Yes. All right. So tell us who you are, what you do, why you're so awesome.
Yeah.
Mine's Ellyn Marie Marsh. What do I do? I am an idiot. That is also what makes me awesome, I think. I was on Broadway when Broadway was a thing in the before times. I've been in, I don't know how many shows, six original Broadway shows. And then when COVID came to destroy my passions and loves and everything that I hold dear for another time, I became a true crime podcaster. And I have a podcast called Obsessed with Disappeared. I'm also mother to an 11-year-old. And what makes me awesome?
Everything.
Literally everything. Awesome. You don't even have to answer it. You're just like, I dropped this right here. That's all that you need to know.
Yeah. You're very, very sweet. And thank you for allowing me not to answer that question.
Okay, so let's start with Broadway, and then we'll get into the True Crime podcast because Jamie and I are obsessed and listen to all of them. So you were in all these shows on Broadway, then COVID hit, and everything just shut down, right?
Yes. Done.
Were you in the middle of a show?
So this all happened on my birthday, on March 12th, on my birthday. New York was like, you know what? We're going to shut down to celebrate her birthday. That makes sense. So that was a Thursday, and I was supposed to start on Sunday. Sunday or Saturday. I was supposed to start rehearsals for Sarah Silverman's new show, The Bedwetter. So Sarah Silverman wrote a musical based on her book of the same name. And so, we were starting rehearsals. I had just closed the Rose Tattoo, the Tennessee Williams revival on Broadway. I took like 2 months off to hang out with my daughter, which I've never done. But I was like, you know what? This time's out perfect. I start Bedwetter. I'm going to take some time off. LOL. I took a little bit more than 2 months off.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert on that one.
Is your daughter like, when are you going back? It's a little too much time with me.
Yeah, fair question. I feel like she was like, "Oh, this is so fun." I know. Because being a mom and, like a single mom on Broadway, you strategically plan your time. My Monday nights are very special. My Sunday nights are very special. We plan our time and we're like a well-oiled machine. And then all of a sudden mom's hanging out in day robes a lot, crying. And, that's weird for her. So yeah, I think she's counting down the days. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
So are you going to go back to Broadway? Is that your hope?
Bedwetter is still happening.
Oh, good.
We do have like remount dates and everything. So we'll see what happens. I've adopted, I know this is not a visual medium, but like I've adopted this emoji, this emoji.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The two
like
hands.
The girl one.
Yeah.
Like the shrug emoji. That's kind of, everyone's like, what are you doing? I'm like, shrug emoji. Is Broadway coming back? Shrug emoji.
Maybe.
So that's how I get through life.
I love it. So then everything shut down, and your best friend is Patrick.
Yes.
And so then, like, what happened?
We actually were planning on this podcast well before the pandemic more ever hit, because we were like, years ago, he was like, let's do something. And we were both so busy with like life. And I knew I had that 2 months off after Rose Tattoo before Bedwetter. And he was like, great, like this is our time. So we were already planning on, launching this podcast and just making it work. I just didn't know it would be like my whole life. Until about March. So we had been planning it. It was just sort of kismet the way the timing all worked out in terms of like, starting it.
It was perfect.
So what is it like to be on Broadway? Like, so you went to school, you were in musical theater, you were doing all this stuff, you get your first job. I'm assuming you're going to audition after audition and like taking every headshot that's like, all that stuff. You finally land this job. What is it like?
I mean, it's all the good and the bad. Like, I mean, it's everything that like you dreamed of, all those fun things, but also it's your job. It's your job. You have, places you need to be. You have time. It's work. Yeah. And it is all the fun things, and like the extraordinary life that we get to lead does come at, sacrifice. Listen, Broadway is 6 days a week, no matter if it's a holiday, if it's your birthday, if it's your grandma's 80th birthday. So there are a lot of sacrifices to be made. But the great thing is that the legacy of Broadway is so like engulfed in people's like hearts. Even if you're not a New Yorker and you're like, oh, I saw, when I was a kid, my mom took me to Cats, and just being a part of that is magical. But it is, I don't ever want to like make it seem like, it's like glitz and glam. It's not. I mean, if you've seen, I used to do a lot of backstage videos when I was, on Instagram and stuff, and people are like, oh, backstage is real crowded. I'm like, yeah. I mean, we're like, you get like this much room in your dressing room, and so it's amazing. It's wonderful. There's so much joy to be had, but we have to, take care of ourselves, our voices, our bodies.
Yeah.
It is work. It's funny because, we do the autograph line and meet people from all over, and they're like, what's your job? And I'm like, no, bitch, this is it.
Like, what do you mean?
No,
do they think you're like, this is like a volunteer position?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a hobby. I'm like, no, bitch, this is my 401k. My job.
Right. You're not like, oh, I was just swinging through for Kinky Boots. I thought I'd like throw in a dance, and I'm just like stop by on a Saturday night. Like, is that cool?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm a CPA by day, but at night I do this quirky little dancing job. It's very funny. But yeah, no, yeah.
Well, I grew up in New York. I told you this. I grew up in New York. So I've been to every Broadway show. I love it so much. How do you feel about Cats being the longest running Broadway show ever?
Is it still, or is it Phantom?
I thought it was Phantom. Phantom was like the first show I ever saw, and I was like 9.
Isn't Cats done with?
I'm old.
Are the cats done crawling around? Is this like a done thing?
Yeah, no, the cats need to, they're all very sick, and they're very, they're not well. Cats, I did this TikTok the other day about Godspell, about how we should take all the scores and librettos to Godspell and put them in the box and lock the box and throw it in the ocean. We just don't have to do it ever again. I think Cats could also go in that box.
I mean, Cats scared me, frankly.
I feel like
it was a very bizarre show.
You are not in the minority. There are people that have been traumatized by that musical, both what happens on stage and the cats crawling through the audience.
Right. Okay, and then the movie was even bizarre.
Super weird.
Even weirder.
I mean, the movie, what I want to know about the movie is I just want to know what they were all on. Was it just weed? Was it Molly? Because
that's what I was thinking. I don't think they call it Molly anymore. But I was thinking that too. I'm like, psychedelic drugs were involved for sure.
Super weird show. Like Phantom, I get like the chandelier. That's a big moment. Like, Phantom's awesome. Like, that's a big moment. Cat's weird. Super weird.
Yeah, I don't think it's the longest running show anymore. I'd have to give it a goog, but I actually think it's Phantom? It's Phantom, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a show that you always wanted to be in on Broadway, but like you were too busy doing something else, or?
I never, that's such an odd, I don't know. I've never thought of that. Like something that I always wanted to be in. I don't know. I mean, there's so many good shows. I mean, I always wanted to play Ava Perón. That's a part I always wanted to play. And for the revival, I went in for it, and they told me I was too mature. And
God,
and I was like, Craig, is that your nice way of saying I'm too old? And he just wrote back, he's like, I love you. I was like, okay.
Ruthless. What a cutthroat industry. Like, I bet when everyone comes back, they're going to be like, did you put on the 3 pounds in COVID? Like, they are freaking ruthless.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how half of the people are going to fit into their costumes anymore. Yeah.
Like, what if the Rockettes all, like, gained a ton of weight, and then we get to Christmas time, and you're just like,
Yeah.
The bodysuits are not looking so good.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's pretty much what I look like right now in this costume that I have on for you is like a really overweight Rockette in my mind.
No, don't say that. You know what? You know what's so funny? All my girlfriends who are Rockettes, they actually just lose weight being Rockettes because they work so hard.
It's like cheerleading.
Yeah,
interesting.
like they can't keep on weight because those shows they're unbelievable. They're not human. I want to see all their microchips because they're not human.
Great.
But yeah, they all like just like shed all the lbs during Christmas because they go for that like whole 3 months.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think I'd want to be in Book of Mormon. I thought that show was hysterical.
Book of Mormon is hysterical. Good show.
It's so funny.
Okay, do you know what's so funny? So my husband and I went to New York and we were sitting down for the show, right? And we didn't really know too much about it. And their first song is like, F you, Jesus. I think it was something similar to that, right? People got up and left. I was like, what?
Oh,
like,
people get offended.
People got offended. I was like, I even knew going in. It's by the people of South Park. How are you not going to know that they're going to do something extreme? I love it.
That's on you, Chuck and Mary. You really should have done your research before you spent $300 a ticket. You know what I don't feel bad for you at all. People used to do the same thing at Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Like people would, not so much Kinky Boots, but Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, a couple times people would leave and we're like, we got your money. We already have it.
Yeah. Like, we don't care if you stay and watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, I don't know what could have been. Priscilla should have run on Broadway for 20 years. It was such a good show. It was so much fun. And I don't know what offended, some of these people, but yeah, every once in a while we'd see people leave and we're like, bye, we didn't like you anyway.
No, I want people to leave because then I can move up in seats.
Yeah,
and get better
do you
seats.
notice them leaving? Like, are you paying, you see them leaving. So it's not like they're sneaking out and you're so focused on the back. You see them.
If you're in a scene, you don't see what's happening. But, like, if you're dancing and you're like, baby, mama, bye, okay, whatever. We're looking out, and we can see it. I mean, that's what people don't know. We can see generally, like, to the back of the house. We can see faces. We can see outfits. I always think it's amazing whenever people wear, like, a reflective jacket. Like, I can see you, Brian. We can see you from space. So
sequins all day. That would be Jamie, and she would be waving.
Okay, so I have a funny story for you before we move on to the podcast because I want to talk to you all about Tara Grinstead's bedroom, and I have lots of stuff to talk about.
Oh my God.
But so I went to see, this was 20 years ago. I had just turned 21, and I went to see Cabaret on Broadway. So John Stamos at the time, remember John Stamos from Full House?
I love
is in
John
Cabaret.
Stamos.
He's gorgeous. He's amazing. The show is great. So I go in, and the theater was so small. So we're sitting at this tiny little table that could fit like 3 drinks. And I am very fancy. So I order this $40 martini, or however much it was. And I was like, I'll have a martini.
That's when you sneak in the booze.
And they bring me this martini, and I am so fancy, and I'm trying to hold it, and I had never had a martini. So I am holding it, and I have like front row seats to Cabaret. Like I could like touch John Stamos, and I'm with my martini, and I try to take a sip, and I just dump it all over my outfit. And John Stamos is just singing and just looks down, just
disgusted,
just so appalled that like I could afford this seat, and that I am just so. And I was just like, can I have another one? I don't no.
Oh, I can't take Jamie anywhere, frankly. That's why we stay at home.
I mean, honestly, he was probably mad on a bunch of different levels, if I'm being honest. Probably, that you wasted the alcohol,
So
but yeah, no, he absolutely probably saw, and he was like, remember that lady who like dipped the $40 martini onto her shirt? Probably still talks about it on holidays.
All right, so I want to talk about this podcast. So Obsessed with Disappeared. I am literally obsessed with this. I have listened to probably every episode. I had a glass of wine. You need to block
Jamie immediately on all social
was going to join the Patreon and tried to order all this merch the other day, and I was just adding to cart. Like I was like, this maybe is too much merch. Everyone's going to see this and be like, bitch, why did you make me go to stamps.com and mail all this shit out to you? Like I would have just sent you one from the laundry. And I was like, oh, X, I don't really know what to do. But I love it so much. So there's all these cases. Which case, is there like a case that you have that like stands out to you that you're like,
that was the craziest?
Holy crap.
No, I mean, there's so many different levels, right? There are the cases that like haunt me a little. Then there are the cases that are like so wild and inexplicable. And then there's the episodes that really resonate with people that people kind of give us like callbacks to. Like we have this one episode of this guy. It's always great when people go missing on purpose because they're trash garbage and we can attack them.
Right.
So like the Scoops Daniels case, people really love, it's easy, it is a true crime comedy podcast. Yes. And we do, there are some cases that aren't funny. We never laugh at the victims. We never laugh at the families or the situations or the way in which they went, missing. We always laugh at like the stupid cops or the funny reenactment actors. But whenever something presents itself where somebody went missing on purpose and you're just a dung nugget, then we can just go all hands on deck and we can just attack you. And those generally make for the best episodes. So like the Scoops Daniels case, who was like a rich white guy from Breckenridge, Colorado, who went missing on purpose. We're like, okay, we just kind of like put our gloves on and we just dive in. Yes. So those are always the episodes that are we feel we have the most license to laugh. Whereas in some of the other cases, we're just bringing levity to the situation, right, and we're bringing new attention to older cases. So I mean, that's just like a really hard question. I mean, and there are some cases that really just break my heart over and over again. As a mom, generally I get really upset, and I get, when younger women go missing, right, and or are, hurt or something like that. So those episodes are always harder for me personally. What are your favorite episodes? Which ones do you like?
Okay, well, I listened to your newest one, and I love it in general when you guys make fun of like the witnesses or like the neighbor, like the lady with the lady that was on your last one, who the shirtless guy tried to break into her house. She was like in it to win it. She
loved it. So that was Charlie Allen. He had broken into her house, not violently, very absurdly broken into her house. As we think he probably was suffering from some mental delusions or something, but she was all for it.
She was like, he was so polite. He was so nice. He was so good looking.
Yeah, I mean, listen, hate the game, don't hate the player. She got a nice little peep show of this like young hot guy traipsing through her house,
and she wasn't scared at all. Like they would have been shot dead in my house.
I could not believe it. Like she's like, this young like cute guy just came in the window in the middle of the night, and I was like, oh hey, right. Like she was like, I didn't even have to like look you up on Tinder. Like you're here. Like what up? Yeah. And then he was like, oh I'm sorry, and she was like, don't go.
Yeah, she's like, don't be sorry. What's happening? Sit down. Do you want like a Moscato?
Yeah, she's like, it's 3 a.m. Like, I'm just getting the party started.
No, and I love in some of your episodes too, like some of these people that are eyewitnesses that don't think anything's going on or wrong. It's like, well, I saw this person walking down the street naked at 4:00, but I thought maybe they were like just leaving from a party. It's like, what is wrong with you people?
Yeah, there's two types of people. There's normal people, and then there's people like me. And like, somebody would just, New Yorkers, like, how New Yorkers mind their own business? Like, we see crazy and we keep going. We don't like stop to explore. Right. Yes, there's that kind of person, and there's the person that's like, I'd like to ask some follow-up questions. Right. And then they go in. So there's two types of people. There are the neighbors that know exactly, we in one of our episodes, because on our Patreon we covered Snap, there was like a neighbor who was like, well, at 7:40 she had a guest. Right. And he left, like the nosiest neighbors are often the most helpful. So
and the funniest, and then it's like, now I'm gonna walk around my whole house and close all of my blinds.
That's what I do. I will lock every door like obsessively. Like I cannot get enough. The basement, I haven't gone down there in like a year. I don't know what's down there. I'm nervous. I put up the dog gate and I call it a day. In my mind, no one can get through that. Yeah. One of my favorite episodes of all time was the fart van. I laughed so hard. I could not, like, the fart van. Like, this boy, who also had a mental illness, but making grilled cheeses in the back of his van to survive, and Patrick just being like, do you know how bad that van smelled? You have to air out that fart van. I, like, died.
The fartiest van ever. Yeah, this guy Brian Barton, he just like followed Fish around, like the band, and like served grilled cheeses. And I was like, I mean, listen, the hustle is real. Keep the hustle, but air out that stinky van, my dude.
Okay, I cannot not say that I have done that in my lifetime.
You lived in a van and made grilled cheeses?
I mean, for a couple weeks.
You did?
Yeah. But we sold the grilled cheeses to buy things.
All right, fun fact for you, Ellyn, that you are going to love. Kelly owns Panera.
I heard you like it.
You have to see Ellen's face right now.
like Panera, or like the franchise?
Like 17 of them.
Yeah.
So endless access to soup and grilled cheeses and baguette. And I know how much you love Panera soup.
I'll hook you up, girl.
I guess my main question for you both is, how have we gotten 23 minutes into this interview? And number one, this is the first I'm hearing of it. And number two, I don't have a stack of gift cards.
I will mail you some.
Kelly is going to send you.
I'll send you some.
I'll
send you some Panera swag. Like some shirts, some hats, some gift cards.
Oh my God, our listeners would die. Oh my gosh. I want a vat. I want a bucket of broccoli cheddar soup. That's what I want.
Okay. Do you know what? Actually, I will. I'll reach out to the franchisee who owns the New York locations and have them hook you up with like a 5-pound bag of soup.
You can get soup for a group. Basically what that is just a giant vat of soup. Soup for a group.
And we all just eat with the same COVID spoon.
No,
we just just eat from it. I was trying to think of all the things we will never do again after COVID. You know what I mean?
Like shake hands.
What about blowing out candles?
Yes.
How disgusting were we in our entire lives that we put our little spit suckles all over a cake that we were all about to eat?
Yes.
Right? Oh,
what about like a buffet? Like
Never.
a Chinese buffet.
Like who ate at a Chinese buffet anyway?
So they're very popular.
In New York, they're all over. Like all over in like the bodegas, the fruit. Yeah. No.
Chinese buffet.
No buffet. Okay, do you dream? So last night I had a dream, and in my dream, people were wearing masks. But that is the first dream I've ever had since COVID where I dreamt and people had on masks.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Do you ever, when you're watching TV now, are you like, what? Oh, this is a TV show. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm okay.
Yeah, like, where's the mask?
Like, up in arms, I see people like kissing and hugging, and I'm just like, where are they? Yeah.
Well, in New York, are pretty much, is everyone like masked up, or are you having like
they have
lots
a big wave
of...
right now, I think.
No. I mean, I am not. I've heard some people on the subway have been questionable, but everywhere you walk, even outside, everyone is in a mask. But also, it doubles as like a shield from the cold.
Right.
I love it. Like, keeping your face warm has honestly been a win for me.
And
like,
you're always freezing, right? Don't you always talk about that?
I'm always cold. So yeah, no. Here it's like, yeah, no, it's not even a conversation. Everybody is masked here.
I was in a grocery store here the other day, and I was walking through Wegmans, and there was a woman without a mask, and I hadn't seen anyone without a mask in so long.
Put it on the mask.
I just stared at her like this. Like I had seen a dinosaur, and she was like, hello. I was like, hello, dinosaur.
Yeah.
Like, I had never seen anything
I
like
yell at people. I do. If I'm in a grocery store or well, first of all, I have to tell you this. I did not leave my house for a year until I was fully vaccinated. And then I started like going to the grocery. Literally did not leave my house, except to see Jamie. I don't even know where I was going with that. So now that I'm out.
That was a statement. You're just a badass.
I did not do anything.
She was like,
so now I see people out with no mask on. If I'm in a gas station or grocery store, I literally will be like, wear a mask. It's the law. Put your mask on. And they just stare at me. I'm like, I know somebody is going to videotape me some point and make me one of those like Karen memes. Yeah. But guess what? It doesn't matter because no one's going to know who I am because I have on the mask.
She's got it all figured out.
Yeah. No, I mean, That's the thing. My daughter loves Karen videos, by the way. It's like her face. She's like, Mommy, look at this Karen. I'm like, I know, they're crazy. I love the reverse Karen. I love the Karens that are like, there was one that was like, I am in perfectly good health. I do not have COVID. And like in the same breath, she was like, I have a medical disorder that prevents me from wearing a mask. I was like, are you sick or are you good? You can't, which one is it?
I love those videos.
Just pick a story and stick to it, you know?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so let's get back to, Jamie and I get off track. We go down like these rabbit holes.
So one of the other cases that you covered, we were chatting about this, is the Morgan Harrington case.
Oh, right.
So that was a fairly new one that you guys covered. So I was telling you that happened here in Charlottesville.
Right. It was insane.
And it was wild because that case was then linked to another case that happened in Charlottesville to Hannah Graham.
Right.
Yeah.
And do you know what they thought? So I live on a mountain and I have this huge pond behind my house. And we were getting ready to build the house and they had divers come and dive in my pond because they thought one of the girls could be in there.
Oof.
I was like, I'm not building a house if
it was one of the scariest times.
It was
and
scary.
like when Morgan went missing, everyone was kind of like, like everyone was in. It was really weird to be like downtown at bars. And then when Hannah Graham went missing, it was the same thing. It was terrifying. And the entire city went out in these volunteer searches to look for her.
Yeah, of course.
It was terrifying. And like there were all these people that were out at bars that night when Hannah went missing, and all of our friends that were at these bars downtown all had videos of these different bars where Jesse Matthew had been. It was terrifying. Like imagine taking a video like you're at a bar with your friends and like in the background is a serial killer.
No, it's crazy. That's the stories about like the young women who are just living their life and like being attacked and stuff. What is the word on the street as to, down there as to why she left the concert? Is there any like talk about that?
So no one knew while she left. Like people just assumed that she was like either smoking a cigarette or like something like that, and she walked out. The crazy part is that UVA has a very strict policy where they don't let anyone enter, which is so crazy for a college town. It's like, so now you're telling all these young kids they can't re-enter and you're just sending them out. So I think that they've adopted like another policy, but they also implemented like this outdoor smoking deck so that people could go outside on this deck and smoke within the arena so you're not going out. But it was terrifying.
No, do you want to hear something crazy about Jesse Matthews? Jesse Matthews so my children go to a private Christian school. He was the volunteer assistant football coach at my child's school.
So what I read two different accounts. On one account, I read that everyone said he was like a cuddly teddy bear and so sweet. And then other people saying, no, he was like a creep. Everyone thought he was creepy. He was weird.
Yes. And no, I mean, the kids that I talked to, because my daughter's, how old is she? 13. Apparently he was very creepy and very strange and would always ask girls that were like there after sports practice and stuff if they needed a ride home.
No. Oh my God, my hair on my arm just stood up. Oh my God.
And this is the other crazy thing. He worked at UVA hospital.
He did work at the hospital too. So people knew him. He worked at our hospital. I think that people that knew him said he was super friendly. Like his family was always like, oh, he was a super friendly, nice guy. But when he was around women, became very like creepy and aggressive and just overly flirtatious.
Yeah, and I mean, not to take too far of a dive, but both of their murders were very, very aggressive and like very like really horrible. And guess what? He's fucking dying in prison.
Yes,
he's dying of colon cancer.
So Ellyn,
sorry, not sorry at all.
Lola comes to you and says, "Mom, it's spring break. Me and all the girls are going. Insert here," and you are like, hell no, you are not going to Death Corridor. What is the place that you are like, hell no, never going to visit, not going to happen?
Anywhere where the town ends in the word beach. So like,
So true.
We call Myrtle Beach Murder
Yes.
Beach. You know, Myrtle Beach, Daytona Beach. Like if the city ends in beach, you're not going. You know what I mean? I don't care. And then you're not going anywhere on the coasts. You're not going anywhere out of the country. You're not going anywhere that's a red state. You're not going. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Actually,
Definitely not
So
Mexico.
That's that.
Definitely not Mexico.
Myrtle Beach is the worst. A complete shithole.
I used to go there.
So, you know where I hear is really fun that time of year? Toronto. I hear Toronto is beautiful and safe and clean. So you know what? Have fun in Toronto. Second to Toronto, I'm gonna say
Alaska.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I love Alaska. I genuinely love Alaska. I hear Bakersfield is a lovely town. I don't know. Also, you know what's fun? Home. Home is
Yeah. You're like, have you heard of Brooklyn? It's this crazy place. It's a super, we'll just Uber you right over. Like,
yeah.
Okay, when people recognize you on the street, I'm sure they do, right? With your daughter, is she annoyed or is she like, my mom's cool?
You know, my daughter now my daughter thinks I'm cool because her friends follow me on TikTok. And that's where I get my cool points. And also, I don't think I like dress like a mom, so like I have cool points right now, but that's only because I have the friends seal of approval. So once that disappears, I'm thinking I'm going to like go down in the ranks.
You
know
have
what I mean?
like 2 years. My daughter thought I was kind of cool at least. Now
Right.
she's 13. There's nothing that I could possibly do to be cool. Like, no, I can't even buy cool points.
Yeah. I'm waiting.
I don't have kids, so I'm still like the cool aunt. No one even cares. Well, I know you have to go. Before we let you go, I want to show you
Don't do it, Jamie.
what I brought for you.
Don't
because,
do it.
Ellyn, I love
Don't
to
do
sing.
it. No,
and I
you are not
downloaded this
singing.
app. It's called Star Maker, and I'm getting 100 points every time, and I'm that good. So
Okay.
I
She
wanted
is
to
not.
show you one of my favorite shows.
I told her she could not wear. I told you.
It was called Annie. You might have heard of this. And this is a song that I like to sing. And
Don't do it, Jamie.
I can
Judah,
sing
cut
it
her mic off.
both in English and
Cut it
Spanish,
off.
and it goes like this. The
God.
sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar.
Please tell her to stop.
And in Spanish, that mañana there'll be sun.
Yes.
Do you love it? Do you think
No,
that
we
I
don't
am
love
the
it.
next? You think I can? Because this is Broadway, and I want to show you my whole outfit again with
Yeah.
the long
Yeah.
here.
She really
Yeah.
went all for it.
Do you think?
I approve. Number one, I love the commitment. Number two, anything with a prop or a costume, I'm there for. Number three, absolutely. And I will be the first to buy a ticket to your live.
I love this so much. See, I knew. See, Ellyn, you were going to be my new best friend. Kelly is out. She's not supportive of my music career. I don't understand why.
Listen, Jamie, I'm the only one that is in.
Well, Ellen's coming to my show too, so now I have two people, Kelly.
Okay, me and Lola will come. Lola just walked in. Lola, do you want to say hi?
Oh, sup, girl?
Lola,
She's like, please no. She's like, I'm absolutely not doing that.
you want to say hi to my friend Jamie?
Sup, girl?
Okay.
Lola.
A random stalker that has been stalking her for months.
You mean my mom? Mom's new co-star is what you meant to say,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Okay, what do you think about Jamie and I starting our own podcast?
And then we have to let Ellyn go.
Oh, sorry.
She is a busy lady.
I know, but I can't stop. I think Jamie and I, because we are obsessed, like I said, with true crime documentaries.
You should. I mean, honestly, I love the drinking as you record because that I don't know if there's a podcast like that. Like I know there's wine and crime, but I don't know if they drink. I don't know if they drink and get drunk.
What
No,
is the
I don't
point
think
of
so.
wine and
I think
crime? You're like, I am not on the Patreon on this podcast.
I think
there's
we call
no
it,
drinking.
like, drunken Dateline.
Drunken
Yeah.
date.
Drunken Dateline. Yes, I love that.
Don't you think that would be
I
so
will
funny?
sponsor.
And we
Yes,
start
drunken
off
Dateline.
strong, but by the end, we just really don't know what we're saying.
Yeah, well, we don't know what fucking happened. We don't know one thing.
It's going to be good. I think we're going to test it out this weekend. We'll send you a sneak peek, and you can give us critiques.
Yeah.
I love it.
And Ellyn, I'm going to send you the full recording of my performance, so I know that you want that. So when you are meeting with the people at Broadway,
God,
that you can obviously tell them that we could co-star together, because I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think?
I feel confident getting you on Broadway just with that. I think it's.
Do you see, Kelly? You're out.
Listen, you're going to try
Ellyn's
to
in.
message her after the show, and her email address is going to be changed.
Right, it's not Ellyn Marsh. It's like Ellyn Marie GGX9 Marsh at cnet.com. And I'm like, Ellyn, where did you go? I missed you. I'm filing a report.
You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding. She's definitely doing
I was
that.
very nervous. I was very nervous. Well, Ellyn, we love you.
We love you the
so
most.
much. I love you so much. It was so great to see you.
And we'll send you some Panera gift cards and some swag. So send me where you want me to send them to.
Yes.
Oh my God, I will pass out, and I'm just gonna story it the whole time. You guys are amazing. Thank you for making me laugh. Thank you so
love
much for
you.
having me.
Thank you for making us laugh every week.
It's the best.
Yeah. And we're gonna join. We're gonna be Patreons, and then we're gonna be on trivia, and then we'll see you all the time.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
I love you.
I can't wait.
We love you.
Bye. Bye.
Oh, she is hysterical.
She's the best.
Yeah, I loved it.
And I feel so good about this new career on Broadway for myself. I feel like I've really opened myself
I have
up.
the home warranty people calling me. Or car warranty.
This is not the time. We are discussing Broadway and my new career. We don't need a warranty.
No, I do think, first of all, I love Dateline. I think it's going to scare you to death. And we love to have drinks. We call it Drinks and Dateline.
I am terrified.
Tell us in the comments, would you listen to a podcast called
terrified.
Drinks and Dateline from Jamie and I?
I'm terrified. Thank you so much, Ellyn Marsh. We love you. We love you.
She was so
we
great.
love you. She was awesome. I can't wait to see her. We should go see a show when everything opened back up and she's on Broadway. We should go see her.
Yeah, we'll message her. I'm not kidding. Send her a message and ask her where she wants me to send that stuff. I'll send her some Panera stuff.
That would be awesome. And some broccoli cheddar. That would be so fun. Okay, so we have some news.
What do we?
You want to hear some what's in the news?
Okay.
We were talking about last week about keeping track of the vaccines and like how that was going to go. So President Biden is now looking at implementing vaccine passports. So when you travel, you're going to have your regular passport and then your vaccination passport.
Is that just to fly out of the country or fly from state to state?
I don't know. I think everywhere, because they need to know if you're vaccinated.
Well, what happens if you aren't vaccinated? Then you can't get on the plane?
I think that you're maybe done. I don't know. It's in the works. It hasn't been like a fish, but he's talking about it. A vaccine passport.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if you can like force people
right
to like get it.
Maybe then you don't travel. I don't know. Vaccines.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not one way or another. I'm not saying how I feel. I'm just like,
I'm just glad I don't have to organize it. That just seems like a lot. I can't even organize my sock drawer.
They can't even get people the vaccines. How are they going to get people a passport? People can't even get into the DMV.
I don't know.
Where are you going to get this passport?
I got so excited about Ellyn Marsh that I don't even have shoes on. I like took off my shoes. I was like sweating. I was so excited. So now I like have no shoes on. I'm like sweating in excitement.
This is how cold I am. Before the show, I knew I was going to be probably cold, so I packed socks in my purse. The second I walked in, I put socks on.
It's like summertime, but in the studio, it's always snowing. So we're like in winter boots, and then we have to go out and like just strip outside of I Love CVille. Everyone's like, look at these two ladies. They like strip every day at 11:15. You should check it out. It's like a drag show.
Oh, Kimberly Kennedy's saying, yes, she'll be her top fan if we do the
I love it.
podcast.
I love it.
Okay,
I like it.
We're gonna try it out this weekend or sometime this week, and see how it goes.
Okay,
maybe we'll do it. I don't know how we're gonna do it. We'll have to figure that out.
Okay. Martha Stewart has a new meal kit. Martha Stewart is doing these home meal kits, kind of like a HelloFresh.
Because it hasn't been done 100 other times.
But this is Martha Stewart, so she has the brand.
Well, and if she partners with Snoop Dogg, I'm down.
See, wouldn't that be amazing? Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg, and you get to cook with them?
That would be funny.
That would be the best. Like once a month, cooking with Martha, and like you get the whole box, Martha and Snoop Dogg.
I would love that.
I would do that. I would
so
fun. Yeah. All right, Martha Stewart has a new meal kit coming out, so check out that.
Okay. What else we got?
So bras. Okay, since COVID, the underwire bra has basically gone non-existent. Women are no longer wearing underwire bras. They're replacing their bras with like the bralette, with no wire, and like these sports bras, and the underwire bra is like a thing of the past. Women are no longer, they're going for comfort and no longer
I frankly don't even need a bra. I could just put on some Band-Aids and like call it a day. So that's not of interest. I mean, it's not going to change my life.
Do you remember the Victoria's Secret?
I have nothing to lift. There's no need for a wire anywhere.
Do you remember the water bra?
I had one. Do you remember the Will and Grace where it popped and she like sprayed all the artwork? No, I had a water bra. And then I think it was my sister or somebody said, they were like, but if you wear that out, like in college, and then you happen to like go forward with the evening with somebody.
Yes.
And you take it off, aren't they going to be like, whoa, I thought you were a D, but now you're really P size? Like, won't that be confusing?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be confusing, Judah,
Yes.
if you took a nice lady home? What do you think? I think it's deceitful.
I don't think confusing is the right word.
Disappointed. Disappointed is the right word.
Like, oh,
hey, Jamie, we're getting a comment from Michael.
Yes.
I'm saying, check out our singing harmony app developed in CVille. And they gave us a link. It's called harmonyhelper.com.
All right, Michael. I want to give you a
should
shout
have never
out.
sent that. Stop
Michael,
the encouragement of the
I
singing.
want to give you a shout out for that app because I'm going to get on it, and I like that you appreciate my love of singing because I really, on this
He doesn't have to listen to it, frankly.
Michael, you can help me with my recording of my new CD. It's just 10 versions of The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow in every language.
It's one in Spanish.
Yeah, but I only changed one word because I only know one word in Spanish.
You could do one in like a Billie Eilish style, like whisper.
The sun will come out
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Who do we have? Oh, let's do Pets of the... Oh, you still have more news?
That's what, you are jumping all over the place. Kelly's like, pets of the... I'm trying to think if we have more news. Oh, in news, my dog got hiccups this morning.
That's not news.
Yeah, breaking news.
Breaking.
And
Okay.
so my dog started hiccuping, and I didn't know what to do because it looked like, does it hurt him? Is it the same for humans? I don't really know, but he was like... So I was like, what should I do? Right. So I proceeded to hide behind the couch, and then I jumped out and went, boo! And tried to scare the hiccups out of him.
I don't think it works that way.
And then he stopped. So I think that I scared the hiccups away, and Kelly said that you can't do that in dogs.
I don't think you can do that.
So if you're a vet and you're watching, let me know, because I think that I cured his hiccups.
Okay. I don't think so, but sounds good.
I'm just saying, I think I cured it.
Sorry.
You don't need those anymore. And I think that's all the news. There's some Amazon employees. They're getting a lot of pushback because you know how Amazon employees are on a time schedule. So Amazon they put every employee on a time schedule, and they have to deliver the packages as fast as they can to meet these deadlines. So Amazon employees are complaining because they're saying due to this like rigid timeline you'd set for us, they don't have any time to stop and go to the bathroom.
Well, that's unfortunate.
So it's a very big problem. So all the employees are complaining, and they're peeing in bottles.
Don't even.
And
listen, I can't even get my mail from Christmas cards I'm just now receiving. Like, whatever is happening in the mail system is like, I think we should cancel mail. And also in the news, I thought was funny. Remember a few episodes or shows ago, we were talking about like canceled, what that means to be like canceled.
Yes.
Okay. Now celebrities are calling for the cancel culture to be canceled. I'm like, so now we're canceling the cancel culture?
But
I don't know what's happening.
Isn't a double negative like an actual positive or something? So if you double cancel, then it's just back again to the same thing? I don't know. All right, let's do Pets of the Week. Judah, will you get up Sandy for us, please? We only have one pet this week. Sandy, what a cute little guy.
I think it's a girl.
What a cute little girl. Sandy is a 3-year-old hound mix. So they say, do you know Sweet Sandy from Greece? Well, this Sandy leans toward the spicy leather jacket version of her. She has a playful puppy energy and is ready to take on new adventure, other dogs, and is always excited to see you. She'll be hopelessly devoted to you from day one. No doubt about it.
Like, get off the show.
Everyone loves it. So check out Sandy and all the other dogs and kitties available for adoption at CASPA, CASPCA.org. Adopt a furry friend.
Do it.
You know what happened with Delilah.
Oh,
but
let's not get into that.
Maybe your adoption experience will be a little bit better. So that's Pets of the Week.
I love it.
I know.
Do you want me to tell you what I'm watching?
Oh, what are you watching?
Okay.
Oh, God. Is this going to terrify me and make me lock my doors?
I don't know. Mm-hmm. On Peacock, I'm watching a kind of not true crimey, but a crimey show called Mr. Mercedes.
What is that about?
I definitely recommend it. It's about this detective who retired, but there is this guy who drove into a huge crowd of people and like killed a ton of them.
Oh.
And then he was the detective on the thing and couldn't find him, right? So he retires, and then all of a sudden he gets an email and a video from the person who drove his Mercedes into the crowd and killed all these people.
Oh, no.
Okay, it's very good.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'm going to watch, what else am I watching? Oh, I rediscovered Criminal Minds. That was like an old show.
Yes.
But then I think it has like 50 gazillion seasons,
Yes.
like Law and Order. So
Yes.
at some point I stopped watching it.
Yeah.
So now I've picked it back up. So I forgot.
I don't think I've ever. I didn't even
I'm
get through Grey's Anatomy. Haven't even watched the
then
end.
how are we going to do this Dateline podcast? Are
Well,
you going to make it
Dateline
through the episodes?
Is once a week and it's 1 hour. Grey's Anatomy is like when you watch a show like that, you have to commit to like 15 years, figure it all out. It's like 100 seasons.
I've watched all of them.
I'm not that committed.
Okay, that's fair. Okay,
Okay, what else are you
I'm
watching?
also watching, what is this? Irregulars on Netflix. It's kind of like about kind of like a Sherlock Holmes. He's a character in it. I don't know. I liked it.
Okay.
So there you go.
It's like Kelly has the inside scoop on these shows. Like Netflix is like, hey, Kel, we're about to drop Irreplaceables. Check it out first. Let us know. And she's like, yeah, no, I think it's good, Netflix. Just release it. Don't like commit to like 90 days, but definitely go 30. I like that you like know these things. Like I watch the news. Like,
should we start with the newest episode of Dateline, or should we go back in the vault?
I think you have to go back in the vault.
Why? But then people might have forgotten. I'm looking up Dateline right now to see what the episodes are. And do we have to we don't have to get approval from Dateline to do that, right?
I don't know anything about this, Kelly.
Well, I think if we do
Nothing.
it,
Yeah.
well, we're going to have to.
Do it, yes.
Do.
If we do it, do it.
No, we're going to do it.
Okay.
I'm sure if we're breaking any rules or laws, they'll just like be like, sorry, you can't do that.
Okay.
They can't tell us. Like,
I mean, what are they going to sue us for? If they sue anyone, they'll sue me. They'll know why I don't have any money. Don't let them sue you. Let them sue me. We'll put the business under my name so that no one can take anything.
thank you. I would appreciate that so much. Okay, who do we have on next week?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Well,
Every week.
I think
looking
that's
at
the point, right?
Every week.
I mean,
Deshonda Carter is on next week. She was a corrections officer at Rikers Island. She's amazing. She actually retired. She was a captain at Rikers Island. She retired and she's now the CEO of her new company. So she is on. She's going to tell us all about corrections, all about
about murderers.
Life in jail, which I am also very intrigued with.
I mean, are we sick? I mean, other people are like fascinated. We just happen to have a lot of murder and very interesting
Laura
murder
Richards.
things.
Remember when Laura Richards was on?
Yes.
So if you guys didn't see that episode, Laura Richards.
Go back.
She's a true crime analyst. She's amazing. Go back, check out womenchangingourworld.com. But
Like us, like the show, share the show, follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Where else are we?
Yeah. Twitter, if you're interested, and check out our website, womenchangingourworld.com. But Laura Richards was telling us that more women are into true crime just because they can see themselves in a lot of these scenarios, which is very, very sad.
I mean, okay.
Very, very sad.
Okay, well.
And so we should, what I was thinking about? We should talk about why we do this show. We should talk about why we started the show.
People know that.
Do you think? So Women Changing Our World started because we showcase women and amazing women and what they're doing all over the world. So we do this, Kelly and I, to not only share their stories, but inspire all of you so that you know that there
how
are
inspiring we
women
are
out there.
But I think our guests are inspiring.
Ellyn was inspiring today.
No, I think so.
I loved her so much. I could have talked to her all day. I loved her.
Oh, Aldi. So one of my friends, this is so weird. Yeah. So Aldi, the gas, or not the gas station, the grocery store. First of all, it's coming to Charlottesville, I heard.
I know.
I don't know if that's true. Jerry, do you know if that's true?
That is true.
It is true.
I'm very excited about that,
Yeah.
right? But one of my friends posted like this Aldi, like, hey, if you share and do this, then Aldi's going to send you this. I was like, that's a scam. So I messaged Aldi, and I was just like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, this is circulating, and people are, like, signing up, and they're going to be pissed if they don't get something from you, right?
Yeah.
So they just messaged me back. They said, thank you for bringing this to our attention. We can confirm this is a scam and not affiliated with or endorsed by Aldi. We work with Facebook to have these removed as quickly as possible, and sorry for any inconvenience. Well, it wasn't an inconvenience.
You're like, I wasn't inconvenienced. I not at all.
No, I was just trying to be like a good Samaritan to another business.
Where is Aldi's going? Is Aldi's going in Seminole Square, in the plaza where Fresh Market was? Is that Aldi's, or is it across the street by Staples?
I don't have a
Jerry,
clue.
where's Aldi's going?
I think it's going in Shoppers World.
Oh,
Shoppers.
Shoppers World by Staples.
Where's Shoppers World?
Okay, by Staples, Home Goods.
Oh,
In that-
what? Wait,
and then-
how is that? Where are they going to go in there?
They're going in the old.
That's where like DSW is.
It's right next to that. Yeah, I think DSW is gone.
Oh, listen. I live.
And then-
I go in a loop of Charlottesville.
We're also getting a Lidl, Lidl.
Oh yeah, I know. I heard about that.
So maybe that one is the one that's going where the old Fresh Market used to be.
Aldi to Albemarle Square and Lidl to Home Goods.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I was actually.
So Aldi's going where?
I felt actually very positive about Aldi's going to the other space because you know what happens in that other plaza in Seminole Square. We know what happens in that plaza.
They die.
Yeah.
I don't know. Aldi has a big cult following, and their groceries are hella cheap.
I
FYI.
know, but Fresh Market didn't last. There was
But
so
I
many
didn't even
things-
get Fresh Market.
And
Aldi in the former Fresh Market, confirmed.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. What was there before it was Fresh Market? Jerry, remember back in the day? It was something else it was like so sad. Everything that goes in it, but they're doing a huge build out
Circuit
on that
City.
space. Circuit City, yes. Yes,
Is there a
Circuit
Cir-
City.
I don't even remember
Yeah,
Circuit
that
City.
was the old. That's where Aldi's is going now. But they're doing a huge build out. They broke down the roof and they're bringing that down. So we're gonna get some new grocery stores here.
Because we need more. Because we.
Lidl and Steinmart.
Yes, Steinmart. That's where it's going. Remember
Okay.
where Steinmart used to be? That's going.
Is that even going to be big enough?
Yeah,
Not that I care. Because really, Charlottesville needs more groceries. Because between Kroger and Wegmans and Harris Teeter
Yeah.
and Walmart
Right.
and Target and
Yeah, I know.
because the city of Charlottesville of however 50,000 people,
Yeah.
I think there needs to be a grocery store for every 20 people.
that's right. Well,
Ugh.
we gotta go, Kelly.
Okay, we gotta go.
I got big plans today. I have singing to do. I have a
No,
performance.
we're gonna watch Dateline. That's what we're doing.
Thanks to our sponsors, Colonial Auto Center, Panera Bread, Pikasso Swig.
Get your Easter baskets.
Get your Easter baskets. There's only 2 days left. Wednesday is the cutoff. We have stuffed so many baskets.
I already ordered mine.
If I see another Peep, I am literally going to
Don't give my
die.
kids Peeps. It makes them
Peep,
insane.
there is so many chocolates. There are so many crafts. We've stuffed so many baskets. So check out PicassoSwig.com. And that's it. I hope you all have
sounds
a
good. Have a
wonderful
great
day. Follow us.
We'll see you next week.
See you
Judah,
next
end it.
week.
End the show. It's over.
Thank you
No.
for coming.
People literally were just like, goodbye.